Hey everyone, this is G-Will for the Production Squared, and today we're going to go through this demonstration with a commentary. Just because the way the demonstration is going to go, it's not really conducive to having music in the background because you can't intercut it. And there's also some explanation that needs to happen as well. So, if you watched the developer's vlog, 4th edition for the video for this past development cycle, you'll probably understand this a bit better. If you haven't watched it yet, I strongly suggest you do so now. Might save you a little bit of confusion later on. Let's get our test map loaded up here. And we'll get the other weapons as well here. Alright, so as you can see, we have the HUD element here for it now, the overheat. I still need to go through and tweak it a little bit, and there's also a bug with the size of these segments. I think that's created by the fact that I have the for loop adding to the height variable that I've added to the code that creates this segmented bar element, and to create the staggered effect, the leveled effect with the each segment. But I don't have it. I have it going to the disable, we'll call it, segments right away, and adding in another 2 to the values. So it's actually adding 4 on top of whatever value has been carried over from the enabled segment for loop, and that's why it looks so much different. That's why these bar segments are much wider. But I just wanted to go through the heat cycle for each of the weapons that have this enabled for it, and just kind of explain what's going on with it. So we'll start with the pistol. I'm just going to fire all these weapons as quickly as possible. The amount of heat generated and the amount of shots you can get off all depends on how fast you fire the weapons. So if you fire them slowly and deliberately, you'll have more shots before your weapon overheats. But if you fire them just in a spammer fashion as fast as you can, you'll have less bullets to work with. And also, one thing you have to worry about here with this is that since the weapons only interact with the code when they're active, any weapon that overheats will stay overheated until it becomes active again, and the whole penalty counter runs out. So in other words, if you get the pistol 357, SR2, or AR2, SMG1, and the shotgun all overheated at once, you won't be able to use any of those weapons until each one individually goes through the whole penalty cycle, and also starts dissipating heat. So we'll start with the pistol. Just fire off a few shots so you can see how quickly it dissipates. I know a lot of people are commenting about how pistols didn't cool down fast enough. Tried to remedy that with recent changes here. So it cools down a lot faster, and also it takes a little less to heat it up to the point where it would overheat. Let's go ahead and go to full overheat now. So pretty much at the fastest you can shoot it, you'll get 10 shots off, or excuse me, 9 shots off. And you can see it's already done with the overheat penalty, and it's come back down. It's a really quick cycle, but I may make it a little faster. So 357 is a bit more powerful one, so it produces more heat, and so you can get about a whole I think 5 shots off normally is what you can get, even if you fire it off moderately slowly. You have to fire it really slowly before you can be able to fire off more than 5 rounds. It's going down there now. Also dissipates heat slower. And you get our first full auto weapon here. You can get through about 1 3/4 clips, just firing all the time before it overheats. And that's mainly because it also dissipates the heat while you're reloading. And while they're overheated, you can still fire the secondary shots. Those will not contribute to the heat of the weapon. The SMG1 and the AR2 have some of the highest penalties out of the weapons that have this enabled right now. With the AR2 you can get off about one clip and a couple extra shots. But still you can get, oh crap. I did not take any damage. Hallelujah. But as you can see, you can still fire the secondary shots. AR2 has the highest max overheat. That said, though, it's really offset by the fact that it produces a lot more heat per shot. It's about 1 bar per shot of heat that it generates. And then for the shotgun, you actually have 2 modes. We'll do the single round here first. You can get off a full 6 shots before it overheats. Shotgun has the longest penalty time out of all the weapons. Now, for the double barrel, you actually get off more shots, but more bullets, but less shots. Again, it's because, well, yeah, 5. You can get off 10 bullets with 5 shots. So 1 less shot before it overheats, but more damage. So it balances out that way. And as I mentioned before, the overheat will stick with all the weapons, so until the weapon becomes active, they won't start dropping their heat. Or going through the whole cooling down, the penalty process before being able to cool back down. Essentially think of the penalty as the weapon being jammed because it's overheated. Or becoming not fireable because of that. And it has to cool down to a certain point to where it can start to cool down, to fire, but still be cooling down. Even if you switch to a weapon where the element is disabled, it will still keep the heat values. That's really all that I worked on as far as the code goes. I spent a lot of time on it, trying to get it to work, as I mentioned on the developer's vlog video. One of my favorite things in the world with this is just to do wall bouncing with these things. It's awesome. But I spent a lot of time working on it. Trying to get to work, and eventually we got to work, but it took a little while, like pretty much most of the month was done trying to get this code to work properly. I'm still working on the maps. Right now the only map that's been compiled has been the Stranglehold map. I still have to do a little bit more work on the Graveyard map before I can actually compile it so I can get screenshots. So I'm going to be finishing that up as soon as I finish this video. But thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below in the comments section, and I'll see if I can get to them in a timely manner. Hope you enjoyed this demonstration video. It'll probably be one of the few demonstration videos I actually do the commentary for. I just felt that was more conducive for this one. The way that this was going to work as far as how to demonstrate the overheating system in a way that wouldn't be, kind of just boring, as far as if I just had music going in the background and just have no quick cuts between things and stuff like that. But, I will see you next time, or the next time I will see you, I should rather say, is going to be, well, for the Space Crusade developers vlog, which is going to be insanely huge, like 20 parts or something. I don't know. I went crazy with the Space Crusade. Oh, cool. Space Crusade developers vlog this month, and probably the only time I do it the way I did it. But next time I'll see you for Combat Insurrection. Anyway, will be in May, I believe. Yeah, at the end of May. So I will see you then, and until then, this is GOL signing off.